You know, considering when I think in terms of this nation, on what it's built on, a lot of it, most of it's stories. Like, not even necessarily true. It's like Hollywood. Like, this nation is built on stories. Yeah, and supporting stories. New Mexico, that's where we live, right? That's like the industry now. They're trying to make it like because Hollywood's been over for a while because costs are so exuberant. They can't afford to house all the crew and stuff, so they started outsourcing back in like 2000 back shows on Showtime. What was that? The L Word. That show was on, and that was made in Vancouver, and I started noticing all these other shows that they made in Vancouver, Canada, because it was so much cheaper. You know, because it's all about money. It's so bizarre. And then now it's New Mexico, like Longmire, that show that you watched all those years, made in New Mexico, 77 miles from here. Is where that was made. We could drive down there. It wasn't too hot. If you wanted, stand on the porch where Longmire stood. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hayoke empath. I just like having these little talks on what I feel about things. I got Stanley a new cat tree for the front room, and I dropped the ball. He's like, you missed the mark on this one. I gotta get him another big one like this one. I got him a little one that I thought, I don't know. I meant well, but he scoffs at it. He's like, what do you expect? You want me to what, huh? And I said, excuse me, sir. I will make right by you, sir. I will do right by you. I'll get you another one. He's not picky. He don't care. I like this one down here. He likes it too. Laser eyes. It's a cactus.
Cactus?
It's a cactus. Oh. It's Stanley's cactus. It's his. Oh, it's his scratch post. Oh, you being frisky in your bits? Show the people your cactus with it even has prickly pears on it. Huh. You good sport? Woo, don't fall off, sir. So, it's been a real peculiar few days. The only thing I've been doing is I've been going for a walk. I didn't go for a walk. I didn't want to do nothing. I'm a little discouraged, see, because I like to. I'll help anybody, and then I'll help, and then I'll see how. Because sometimes, there's been times in life is like. I know my path is designed to be exceptionally difficult. I understand that. I've understood that for a long time. Doesn't make it any easier to understand, And life has been, and I have literally been sustained by the kindness of random strangers. That's why it's so important to me to maintain those levels of acts of kindness, to pay those forward to people. And I know what it's done for me. And so I'll help people to see if they're going to help themselves. And then I'll find out, because the truth always comes out, where their intentions really lie. And if people want to go down the pill, everybody has their medicine, what they do to numb whatever pain they got. I get that. I ate my cookies. I get it. I just don't, I'm not in alignment with people that use substances like alcohol. Or, they're not in alignment with me, I should say. Or, like pills, like synthetics, like huffing, like the stuff that really kills a lot of brain cells real fast. And so this dude that I've been trying real hard to be nice to this guy and help him out to see how he's going to help himself do better, because he lost his wife a couple years ago, and he's just new to Taos, and he's staying at the shelter, And I got a text this morning from him, and he was like, "Yeah, it was cold." And I said, "Yeah, I felt like it's fall. I felt like it's been fall for the last week, almost 2 weeks, like 8 days, 9 days. I go outside, I look at it. Whoo, there's a okay, there's a little nip in there. That's fall, and it's not even August yet." And so, and then somebody else that on TikTok that I follow, she said this morning how like it's gonna be an early winter. You know, like. The climate is changing. The Earth is changing, and then I haven't checked in with Bennett Davison in a couple weeks. So I looked in, and there was like 3 CMEs and 1 Earth direct facing, you know, and the energies are potent, and the astrology is just extra potent. And of course, see, I think that the moon or the sun blasts, and these CMEs like blast planets in the solar system, and that activates our planets on the chart, on in our chart, where and then we're gonna react in our lives. As above, so below. That's just how I look at astrology. And so a lot of people are feeling this and not doing real well with the Uranian energy. And if you don't have coping mechanisms to, you know, and skills like to ground and shit like that, then there's going to be a lot of hostilities and stuff like that. And so I know how I am, so Mom says it's easier to stay out of a problem than get out of a problem. So I just have been staying home or going out early, and if I don't go out by 9, I don't go out for the day. And because I just don't want to deal. But I did get to go. I like to go out early. I've been working and practicing with my new camera. Put the macro lens on it. Man, I got such a good, and I found a little satchel with all the filters on it. So there's like 9 filters. Man, the gifts just keep on. I got a good deal, you know. Every now and again, if you pay attention, and if you align just right, things just go knick-knack, click-click, you know. So, and ever since I was a little girl, Mom and I watched a movie last night that we haven't seen since I was a little girl, but I remember when it came out in 1977, and these are just like my alignment. I've always been aligned to, and it was called Oh God with George Burns. And John Denver, and I just you know, there's been a lot of movies remakes ever since, because they just try to get Bruce Almighty was another one. I mean, they reinvent the wheel. That's what they do. But I think they make demographics to see where people's frequencies lie. And then they create an environment to endorse those frequencies. And now we're living in Babylon. I was just listening to Quite Frankly, and he had some dude on, and it's just people that don't have no discretion, and they have their devotions are perverse. You know, there's a spiritual way to level up, and then there's the shortcut pervert way, and I see where people have made their choices. I guess that started over in, there's a lot going on across the pond under the Eiffel Tower. See, I remember like my grandparents watched the Olympics like when I was a 12-year-old girl, and then after that it was all the other things in the world to do. There was the occasion that Mom and I, a woman I was dating, she got tickets to go do good, neat stuff, and she got box seats to go to see like the ice skating championship Olympic I don't know, it was a big deal. I just wanted to go because I remember when I was a little girl Sunday morning watching that and just wow, those people can really do neat things, and so I wanted to see it in real life. So I got the opportunity to do it, so I did. Why are you in there barking, Benny? Come here, Benny. Come here. He's mad. discovered the other day that he had been getting in the closet where I keep the litter box. So I had to put a little bamboo rod in there, and now he can't get in there, and he's so mad. Come on, honoring the old turd. I love you so much. He's just so smart. That's the thing, is I can never I mean, I could get mad. I mean, I get frustrated with him, but man, sometimes he does stuff and I'm just like, dang, I can't get mad at you because you're so darn smart. You know? Yeah. It saves his life. He's a happy boy. So, one of my walk-arounds the other day, I went into this kitchen store that I went to, and I have some dry good measuring cups. I don't have any wet good. So I bought this set that's colored. It's a real nice set. And so I was talking to the lady that works there, Olga, and I was like, so tell me what you think about these parking meters. And she's like, oh, it's a nightmare. Oh my God, we all hate it. Nobody, there's like, bleh. I'm just like, tell me all about it, you know. And I said, and she's like, you should go to these city hall. I said, I that's the direction I'm heading with, but I need to create a system where I can go with people where I'm gonna be less inclined to call the mayor a fucking idiot. Because they won't listen to you when you just go, you're just a stupid idiot. You know, they tune out, you know, and so I gotta practice because I'm feral. I haven't had to integrate in the system since 2016. So and the system's not, you know, it's not the same place anymore. And but this is what I'm called to do, is to get over myself and my own feelings and emotions about things and go out and freaking help make things better for people at the bottom. And anyway, I started to talk about how I've been trying to help this dude out, and then and the truth always comes out. And then I got a text message, and it said, or he says, cold this morning. He said, what up? It got cold out this morning. I said, it felt like fall to me for a week. Yeah, and then he said, you guys have any clear JW? I got $5. I said, huh? Because I don't know what that is. That's some kind of language that, I mean, I've been a part of a lot of different environments where they've used a lot of different terminology, but this is one that's new to me. So, huh? And then he gets, wrong text. I am looking for some weed because I'm out till Thursday. So today's Monday. I said, well, if I go out, I'll message you. If I go out tomorrow, I'll message you. He said, okay, thank you, my friend. Don't call me your friend, dude, because you just lied to me. And friends don't lie to friends. So don't call me your friend. And I'm not, and see, that's the thing, is that tells me to listen to my gut, and my gut is to just smile and nod, tell people be well, you know. That's what it is. I'll help anybody, but if they are doing the same exact thing like a year, and like what has changed in their life from last year to this year, like if nothing has changed, like, you know, I don't care if you like clean up, if you I don't care what it is, but something. Humans are supposed to aspire to want to be better versions of themselves, as far as what I understand. Maybe we are just all aliens living on this alien ant farm, and like the idea of humanity is just like the greatest false flag that's ever existed, and that nationalities are just from different parts of the solar system, you know. And it doesn't matter what your background is, what your DNA, it's how you treat people. It's what you do to pay, if especially if you've been through some real hard times, because so many people live that best life It's just because they were given a good life. While so many of us out here have just struggled and relied on the acts of kindness of strangers. And it seems like the world has stopped doing those acts because people got a taste for money. And it's like blood to people. And they just got to have it. Dude, the cost of living is everything costs so much because there's people that are setting the prices that high. You know, they could keep them low and take a hit financially and not have, like, you know, be a part of the 2.3. How much is the This was Thursday at 7:36 a.m. The U.S. This was the red banner across MSM. U.S. economy grew a robust 2.8 in second quarter. As high as that number got, the cracks, more people become homeless. And then now these assholes just decide, oh, we're just going to make homeless. That'll make the problem. Everybody's going to push these people. They're doing no different. What the administration of Corp USA is doing to its own people, it's no different than the refugee population in the Middle East that has been roaming around since Desert Storm started, and America had to go over there and liberate people. Boom, boom, boom. You know, because God, man, war makes a lot of fucking money. You know, it's very profitable, so they've been doing it a long time, and there's karma related to this. And so what we did over there is happening here, and people are gonna start, you know, they're gonna start organizing because people are fed up. You back people in a corner, man, and never mind all the fires. You know, people can't even go camp, and you know, they make it illegal to live in your car. You know, and they just make it harder and harder and harder for people to just live on fucking planet Earth, and it's so shitty. And so more people are just going to be like, dude, I got nothing, you know, I already lost everything, you know, because that's how the breakdown of civilizations happen. There's too few that have too much, and too many are just like, you know, we don't got water, we don't got like basic needs, and while you guys are fucking eating grapes and living that best life and traveling here, and that's just not fair. And people can only contain their emotions so much and watch their kids go hungry. Mom had to watch us go hungry. That was terrible. That was so very hard on her. She got into abusive relationships just because she thought she was just trying to find these guys that could maybe provide for her better than she could but provide for us. And because of her broke picker, she always found these guys that she always was trying to fix and created more problems. But I learned so much as a little girl. I have a lot of life experience, so much more life experience than I ever cared to ever want to have. The positive thing, though, when somebody has something shitty that's happened to them, I can relate to them. And not only have I had a whole lot of shitty things, I will never forget Barbie. I went to high school with her, and how brave she was to read out loud in our English class this story about the night that she got separated from her brothers and sisters. Never saw them again. They all went into the system. Because she woke up because her sister was there was all these houses or rooms through the house, you could go in through the kitchen and to get to the bath, and it was kind of a maze, and her older sisters were ushering her through the house like to get away from mom and dad, only to watch mom and dad freaking putting parts of her younger brother in a trash bag and then putting them out on the side of the house with the rest of the garbage. I mean, this is stuff that happens because there's people that are monsters on everywhere. There's monsters. There's people that are just overrun by demons, and they just allow this stuff. I used to allow. I was never because the idea of hurting somebody, it don't thrill me, and it thrills a lot of people. It's thrilling to a lot of people. That's why there's war, and the VA system accounts for $11 million and for Viagra, because, man, you know, dominate, control, makes dudes feel like men, and it's their broke fucking psychology. Kill, it's all of it. It's fucking lame shit, dude. That ain't how balanced human beings behave. Because every single person is supposed to have a masculine energy, and when people just kill, you know, the feminine in them, and women do it too, and they're just all living in their I mean, we're living in the Roman Empire fallen civilization again. You know, the civilization of butt stuff. Well, civilizations fall because perverts, they digress into their own indulgences and gluttony, and they end up, you know, with like heart attacks and dying from their own indulgence, you know. So people aren't really happy about the parking stuff, and I did go in. I heard. She's like, I said, I'm trying to find other people, like-minded people. I don't know. And she's like, well, if you hate I said, the Americans suck my toe as far as I'm concerned. Little shit stain on the dockers of society. Fucking shit, dude. How is that not like what is that called? Where they have too many hats, too many hands in the kettles. Like, he's on the chair. If you read his bio, he's on the chair of all these nonprofits all over town. He's also a professor of economics for UNM right across the street from City Hall. It's just all so terribly convenient, you know. Anyway. He's a doofus. They're all doofuses. They're terrible ideas. And then so they say, dude, oh my gosh, I don't want to get started. Anyway, so the people, she said, go talk to Cameron. He gets fired up about this stuff, and he goes to meetings too. And I think I recognize Cameron, but when I walked in, he's the husband of of Pat Woodall. Is that what the Pat Woodall? Is that the artist's name? And so he had a couple customers, so I thought I would come back another day. Woodall Taos. Or was that Pat? I don't know. Maybe that was Pat. I walked through the gallery. I've walked past it several times. Maybe that was Pat, so it's Cameron is who I'm supposed to talk to. That was Pat. Okay. I thought Pat was a female and Cameron was a male. Swapsies. It's not how it was. It's the other way around. Wow. So walking through there, it reminded me of There's a place in Omaha I used to go to called Hot Shops, and it was an old building, and they had 4 floors. I don't know, they had all these floors, and it was just local artists. Just and they would every twice a year, summer and like around Mother's Day, spring. It was around Mother's Day usually, and then around right before Christmas, they'd have a big old huge open house. They had glass blowing. Les would go and do his casting where he did Les Bruning. His shit's all over Omaha. I mean, it's all. I know how you got to be connected to do this stuff. Like, you get, let's see. Anyway, we're coming into the new age. Things are getting real spicy. A lot of stuff that I've said in the last 8 years of my videos, they're coming to fruition, because it's just, people have free will. In my whole life, I've seen how they've used that free will not to ever use it to do any discipline. Don't discipline yourself or ever inconvenience yourself to show any kind of gratitude about some amazing life that everyone has. And so now the cracks of society are getting wider, and there's going to be more of these stories. More and more of these stories. I get screenshots of them. Things that are I got a hair. Oh, I showed it right there. I went to a new restaurant the other day. What's it called? I like going to new restaurant. I like going to restaurants, and then it's like usually, I don't know. Most don't make the cut. Most places I'll go one time and I'm like, no, I'm alright. I'd just rather go to any place else. But the new place I went, on my walk around, when I was oh look, there's Ma! There's your cousin! Popped up on my people you may know. What's up, cuz? Mom, we end up in the same town where the DA, we narrowed it down that Mom was born from. I can't make this stuff up, man. This shit's crazy, Let's see. The group I follow is Taos County Restaurant Reviews at your own risk. Yeah, because people are just want to drag. I mean, if they, yeah, that's all right. So where is it? Sushi Siam, I want to go there. Where is it? Earth Oven, I want to go there. Suchness, I don't know. See, these are like dinner places. The Legacy Cafe. What a great addition to the plaza. Great food, great service, and it was like walking back in time. I guess that's a local, the owner of that, or one of the owners, what I have deduced is, Ruth Ann? There's memorabilia all over it. I went and got us some macaroni and cheese. It was good, and then I got us a flatbread. It was good too. Mom and I both like, you grubbed down it, huh, Ma? You really liked it. I'd probably go back again. She owns a hotel too, and I was recently gonna go down there because they have massage services. And then when I saw her sitting there, for a minute I thought she was just like eating there, and then because I recognized her from the hotel. And then that's because she was there when I met the senator. Because that was her hotel. She hosted it. And then, like, I've seen her around. And then, so I'm looking on the walls, and there's all these pictures of her on the wall. I'm so, oh, okay, this is her restaurant, all right. And then, like, she came over. We ended up chatting about something, and I think she brought me my food or something, and I said, "Don't you have the hotel?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Well," do you have massage people, huh? And she said, "No, not anymore." And she said, "As a matter of fact, I'm looking for someone." I said, "Well, shit. Well, if I find someone that is good, because I'm looking for a massage." So I was like, "Damn, man." Because I was just going to walk in and see if I could get a massage there one day. And universe said, "Nope, but I'll find somebody. I just am real picky on who I let massage me. I don't just let, I gotta be careful about my energy and people touching me that don't have good intentions for me and stuff like that, because a lot of those people exist. That's why it's not good to want bad things to happen to people. It's just to put that out there, So, the food was good that day. What else is going on, Ma? I haven't been talking much lately. Oh, I was going to talk about this. Things that I've been talking about. Like, I don't know why people are so getting all excited about the potential of a third world conflict, because our readiness is just terrible. Our military is not prepared. When I was in, there were fitness standards, you didn't get, the priority shifted and changed. And so now the consequences of that are being shown. Where is it? The crew of a B-1 Lancer that crashed at Eielson Air Force Base in South Dakota in January failed to properly manage the bomber's airspeed and angle of approach while landing, a scathing accident investigation board report found. The investigation, which Air Force Global Strike Command released Thursday, also found that poor weather conditions, a lack of discipline, poor resource management and communication, and an organizational culture that tolerated decaying airmanship skills were among other factors. That's a lot of words for saying our readiness is shit. I mean, as we all well know, the police aren't exactly out there defending our freedoms, protecting us from the bad guys. When I was a little girl, then I was like, oh God, that's the military's role. They're always going to make sure the world, and then ultimately what it comes down to is our relationship between us and what we do with our people in our local community and our Creator. And how are we going to create the earth? Are we going to add to the earth and create things that are going to help everybody, or just ourselves? And too many people are just ourselves. Dude, all these landlords that have in Taos rents $2,000-$3,000 so you can pay for the house payment, which for the property, and a lot of these properties are paid off because they've been in the fucking families for so long. People are just hoggy. They just don't want to do anything, and they want a lot of money for doing nothing, so they gotta figure out how to freaking get other people's money for them doing next to nothing. And they don't maintain the properties. They don't put money into the property. And then a lot of these places are outsourcing their shit to freaking property management. And they're a nightmare. And all this stuff just because people want all these extravagant lifestyles so that they can do things that they one time saw done on TV. And it's stupid. It's not sustainable. So the earth is changing. The earth is being scoured. Fires everywhere. Landslides everywhere. Earthquakes everywhere. Volcanoes. It's changing the air quality. Winters are going to be more wintry. How are we going to help more people get by? Because there's more people living on the streets and they have less and less places to go. Because somebody in some city council, dude, motherfuckers need to get stranded in the snow to see what it's like. You know? I've been challenging these city council people as long as I've been doing my videos. Go out and sleep on your streets. You can even have one of your little D-bag puffy coats. You know, your North Face or whatever the fuck ever makes you feel cozy at night. You can have a one-person tent, a backpack, put smart things in there, and go live on your own streets homeless amongst your homeless population for 4 nights and 5 days. And see, try to use the systems that you have put in place, that you have a good life because they exist. Try to use those motherfuckers to get resources you need. Try to just even use the dial system to even get a hold of somebody. Try to go down to the office and sit for hours while the county employees are watching YouTube videos in back and don't want to be bothered to do their jobs. And the people that need help are the people that they grew up with, went to high school with. There's enough for everybody to go around, but, you know, that shit never trickles down. Anyway, karma's a bitch, man. And all this stuff keeps going on. Like all these conventions. Fuck your conventions. Fuck all this fake ass fucking pretend world shit. You know? Like, we should evolve past this. But people just, you know, the powers that be just love to appeal to emotion. Remember when you watched the Olympics with your... Yeah, I remember when I watched the Olympics with my grandma and my grandpa when I was 12. That doesn't mean I'm going to waste my life every time the Olympics to frickin' try and recapture that. It was a nice memory. Time to move on. It's a frickin'... Dude, how nice to be able to do one thing that you're good at. There's a lot of things, I'm a jack of all tirades. There's a lot of things I'm pretty good at, but I never really got to focus at one thing because there's always higher responsibilities that were called that my attention needed to be directed at. So I couldn't play so fucking much and just do that one thing. And now we live in a society where people have other people play for their kids' sports. Is your kid even that good? Like, I mean, what the fuck is your kid get? You know, like it's a sickness that people can focus so much on playing when the work has not been done. And I know that there's a lot of people that want to work out there, but it's hard to get through to be able to do the work because of the fucking control freaks designating, you get to be on our team and you get to be a part of our team. But fucking, dude, Taos is falling apart, man. The city manager just quit. It's just dissolving because they fucking suck. Because it's like every freaking system of control that's been put in place is they let their buddy in there and their buddy ain't fucking qualified to do jack shit. But the people all of us that are qualified to do these things, you don't like our personalities and the fact that we fucking cuss a lot, but we get shit done. See, you can't have everything. All these fucking niceties and shit like that. I am so over niceties and decorum and, just be nice that I know I respect people's personal space, because I grew out, because when I was a little kid, when I was a little girl, I just fucking huck a loogie on you from 25 feet away. That's how I used to act. I grew up out of that. You don't spit on people, Marge. You don't hit people, Marge. So I went down an ant hole of my grandma the other day. See, because I come from a family that's connected. Highly connected. In ways that I don't even understand. Also found out that on Dad's side of the family, his dad, they're from 3.5 hours from where we live up in Florence, Colorado. Isn't that a trip, Ma? So Edith, there's a club that exists called Quota Club. I'm gonna read my grandma's obituary real fast. It's not real long. Edith Walton Hessick. Walton was her maiden name. Whose loving and generous spirit touched all who knew her. Died peacefully at her Atascadero home December 23rd, 2004. Memorial service will be held at 2 p.m. Saturday, January 8th, 2005. The Community Church of Atascadero, 5850 Rosario Avenue. Edith was born San Antonio, December 11th, 1919. To Edward and Sidney Walton. I wonder how if they're related to Sam in there at all. Edith and her family moved to Southern California in 1935. So how long? That's 20. So Grandma was 16. See, because she went out there with like 4 or 5 siblings. One of her sisters, the car rolled over onto her arm, and they were in like one of those old Model T Fords, big old heavy gangster car, and rolled over on her arm, and she lost her arm. So she moved to Southern California in 1935, where she met and married Clarence Butch in 1940. So she was 21. She and Butch moved to Atascadero in 1945 with their son John and daughter Andrea. A second son, Greg, was born in Atascadero in 1948. Butch and Edith had been married 56 years when he died in 1996. Edith was a real estate broker for close to 40 years and was named Chamber of Commerce Business Person of the Year in 1990. She learned and respected and friendship of her co-workers, associates, and clients throughout her long career. In 1974, Edith was charter and founding member of the Atascadero Quota Club. To quote her friends in Quota, with her dignified, ladylike manner, Edith was the essence of Quota and an inspiration to all of us for 30 years. We love her and we miss her greatly. Her proudest achievement in Quota was originating the Colony Days Tea during her club presidency in 1977. Each year, She looked forward to hearing from the old-timers when they called to RSVP. She didn't miss the tea for 25 years and was honored to be named Colony Days Queen in 1999. But it was family that was most important. Edith was a loving and devoted mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother. She felt so fortunate so many of her family lived locally where they were able to visit her often. She loved playing cards and games of all kinds. It wasn't usual to walk into her home and find her sitting at the table playing solitaire while she waited for the next visitor. Edith will be greatly missed by all who knew her and loved her. She lives an immense void in her family's lives, but also wonderful memories. Edith wasn't a Beatles fan, but we think that she would. Why would they say that? Who wrote this? But we think she would have appreciated the end's lyrics, and in the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make. She gave so much to so many, and in the end, she died knowing how loved she was by an enormous number of people. Edith was survived by her sons, John and Greg Hessick of the Tascadero, daughter Andrea Gia McGarvey of the Tascadero, Greg's wives, Jerry Hessick, Nicola Sacramento, that was his practice wife, granddaughters Margie Hessick of Omaha, Nebraska, and Jessica Hessick of Madero. Rest in peace, Jessica. Cherished great blah blah blah, she was preceded by death by her husband and 8 siblings. She was not very nice to me. And that's what I'm like. I got Scorpio moon. So all these people that people think are so wonderful, I'm like, where is their shadow? They gotta let it out because it can't build up. It seeps out. Everybody has a shadow, and when people pretend like they don't, I'm extra leery. And she would poke and prod at me about my weight. My weight made her uncomfortable. But I started my period when I was a week after my 9th birthday. So my hormones were all over the place. I think it was a direct result from my sexual organs being kick-started when someone, somebody became comfortable in society enough to do what they did to me at 10 months old. And I'm lucky I wasn't killed. I'm lucky my only outcome is my broken gait, I got a bent my gaits. I walk on the side of my feet and my hips pop. And my pelvis, I could feel the rain in my pelvis, and that ain't cool. But a lot of people have it way worse than me. Because people live in a society where they're comfortable doing terrible things, and they don't get in trouble, and they're on both sides of the badges, and there's bad people everywhere. Because they don't control themselves, because their charts are being activated, and they're not doing things to react, to circumvent any kind of urges they might have or keep themselves from doing it. They're indulging in their whims, and so I don't go out much. There ain't no real reason to go out much until things settle down and we can get on with the new age. Till all these freaking egomaniacal people. I think, Ma, is it too late? Are you tired? You want to watch a movie?
No.
We're going to watch a movie called Idiocracy on Hulu. Idiocracy. I'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Maybe I'll talk about it tomorrow. Hey, Minnow Pancakes. So, word is it's a good movie. We'll see. We like they have designations in the movie, like the dumbing down of society work. This is what that bald guy said, and that is that there's little cues that it's worked, and that's that society, everybody wears Crocs. I'm not a fan of Crocs. I won't wear Crocs. I don't like Crocs. I never have liked Crocs. To me, they're in the same category as turtlenecks. I just, and a lot of people wear them and like them, and I don't know. Life's a trip. Anyway, so I did get to go down, and that's what I used on the thumbnail is the new lens. It's a macro lens, so I'm super excited to get to. Dude, I scored on that, dude. Thank you. Fucking do the right thing, and good things happen to you. It's freaking proven time and time again. That's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. I hope